These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
I'm Jordan Bonke with your afternoon update from the ABC15 Arizona newsroom. The big story on this Friday is a sentencing in the case that ignited awareness on teen violence in the Valley. A judge will hand down the punishment for a suspect charge in Preston Lord's murder. Our Adam Mincer is looking ahead at what to expect in court today.
These latest court documents filed by the state gives us new insight into William Hines' criminal history and what Hines was allegedly doing the night Preston Lord was attacked. Now, as a reminder, Hines pled guilty to manslaughter in Preston's case back in March. He's also changed his plea to guilty in 3 other separate aggravated assault cases. Prosecutors are now requesting Hines get 21 years behind bars. That's the maximum sentence. In their filing, prosecutors wrote about Hines' history of alcohol consumption, including photos in those court records of Hines appearing with a vodka bottle behind the wheel of a car. You can see that on your screen right now. Prosecutors say those photos were taken just after Preston was attacked. At a hearing back in March, Hines told the court he's sober and apologized to Preston's family.
I have not been sober for over a year, and I'm looking forward to finishing my education. Through sobriety, I have been able to process information and see situations clearly. Being in jail, things can be very tempting, but through perseverance, I have been able to not be impulsive and think before I act and when I make decisions.
In those court documents, prosecutors questioned that sobriety, citing jailhouse phone calls where Hines allegedly talks about having, quote, jail alcohol. Hines' attorney said previously they look forward to sharing William's story at sentencing. Now that sentencing starts in just a couple of hours at 1 p.m. It's expected to take hours. Our Ashley Holden will be in the courtroom. I'm reporting in studio, Adam Mincer, ABC 15, Arizona.
Adam, thank you. Some of the other top stories that we're tracking. This is starting with the search for who killed a pastor in New River. Investigators ruled that William Shano Mann's death a homicide. They haven't given any information on a potential suspect, but they tell the public there is no outstanding threat to the community. And a trial in the baby Skylar case is now being pushed back. Annie Anderson is being accused of the death of a newborn baby. This was found at the airport in 2005. Court documents showed that she admitted to being the baby's mother. The trial now is expected to start in September. And following up on a missing teen's murder, the FBI now says that Emily Pike was a victim of multiple sex crimes before her death. The San Carlos Apache teen was found murdered near Globe a month after reported missing. The Gila County Sheriff's Office says they're following up on all leads to find the killer. And in the state of education, we're following up with Valley schools as the year wraps up. 3 Valley districts are planning school closures, leaving families and educators saying goodbye to the campuses and the friends that they've all come to know. So the Paradise Valley Unified School Board is choosing to close 3 of its schools, 2 elementary and 1 middle, due to declining enrollment and a decrease in funding. So at the end of last school year, parents now telling us that it was hard at first for their kids in new schools.
It feels better now. It felt really, really hard, and there was a lot of sadness, but we've moved on. I feel bad that other parents and children are going to go through this.
It's a lot of change for some little ones there. So what happens with those buildings now? The 2 elementary schools that are closed now have smaller programs going on. One houses teachers for an online academy. The other is an early childhood learning center. The middle school still sits empty as the district tries to figure out what to do with it. A district spokesperson tells us that they have seen some savings with the closures.
Tracking your most accurate forecast on this second day of May. I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. A nice Friday, but a warm Friday is on tap here in the Valley. With temperatures starting off this morning, the low to mid-70s around 8 a.m., mid-80s by midday, and forecasting highs a little above normal at 94 degrees here in the Valley. Northern Arizona, the place to be today, with highs in the mid-60s for areas like Flagstaff, Heber, and Show Low. 70s in Payson, Prescott, and Sedona, with a chance for a few isolated thunderstorms today, producing gusty winds and small hail. In the Valley, the forecast remains dry for at least the next couple of days, with highs in the mid-90s today and tomorrow. Lower 80s on Sunday with breezy conditions and a slight chance for a shower at 10%. That also applies to the early part of next week, with highs dropping into the 70s on Monday. Flagstaff 60s for the next couple of days, promising chance of rain and snow Sunday and Monday, with temperatures dropping into the 40s for highs for the early part of next week and lows in the 20s. But we are back in the 50s and 60s by Wednesday and Thursday.
Another update tonight. We'll have it. Until then, get your latest news, weather, and traffic at ABC15.com or by downloading the always free ABC15 mobile app. Thanks so much for watching.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.